You're coming on into a great show. This is Lowcountry Money Talk. We've got lots to discuss, as we always do, and expert Phil Bloyd is with us once again at the desk with Revolutionary Financial Group. So nice to see you.
Good to be here, Jessa, as always.
Well, we're going to start with some of our viewers' main financial concerns, which are, mine too. Boy, the state of our economy is a challenge. We know that. There's the pressure of inflation. It's putting pressure on our checking accounts. And we're going to dive into this just a little bit, talk about what the Fed has to say. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says it's hard to predict what's going to happen next. Okay, not helpful really, but with the state of our economy and the state of inflation, we got something to listen to.
Let's hear it.
This cycle is different from other cycles because of where it came from, and it's just confounded all sorts of attempts to predict what it would do. It is good that we have seen a very strong labor market, but at the same time we're seeing wages moderating. Wage increases have come down, still well above what would be sustainable with 2% inflation. And same thing with inflation. Inflation is starting to come down and the labor market hasn't softened. We do expect that it will soften.
Okay, so for our viewers who may need a little sense making of that one, that's me too, actually. What did that say?
It's a word salad, okay? So basically what he's saying is that the job numbers are still too high and they're still trying to get what they call this soft landing, but it's not working just yet.
It's not working.
So they're going to continue to raise rates.
So they just keep going, okay, and see if they can force it to work, right?
Yes, too much money in the system, too little goods to buy with the money, so we have inflated dollars.
Yeah, and we're still spending.
Yeah, gotta spend.
Okay. Well, all right, let's talk about actual strategies because our viewers who watch are wondering how they can start preparing.
Yeah.
And boy, it's tricky because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have a lot of folks helping us predict this, and we've got some confusing verbiage to sort of work through. But how can we prepare for things like higher inflation when we get into retirement? Because that's the picture a lot of us are facing right now.
Well, what I tell people, Jess, is, we can't really control the market, of course. If we could, I wouldn't be here, right? But we can control how much we want to invest in that system.
Okay.
So the first thing would be is make sure that we have the appropriate risk in the system. So if I'm 75, I probably don't want 80% or 85% in that at risk.
And this is the simple math that you've been teaching us here. So
we always talk about the rule of 100, but make sure I have a moderate risk on what I want to invest in that market as a percentage, not too much. On the other hand, make sure that most of my assets are in a lower risk situation, especially as I age, or if I'm getting closer to retirement, right?
So that picture needs to continue to adjust as you get older.
Sure.
The rule of 100.
Yeah, you don't wait and just contribute to your 401k and say, hey, I'm retiring tomorrow. I've been, 100% aggressive and the market just blew up on me and I'm down 20%. We don't want to do that.
You're in big trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to also have a distribution plan. So if I'm retiring and I'm going to need money out of my assets, how much do I take? Where does it come from? So we want to have that. We're going to have an emergency fund with 6 months expenses. So that would require a budget so that I would know what my 6 months expenses are.
Right.
Look at your checkbook. You can just kind of go down and see what you're spending.
What are you spending per month? You need 6 times of that. Okay.
Social Security. When are you going to take Social Security? Know your options. Age 62, full retirement age, which could be 66, 67, 66 and some months. Do I want to wait till 70? And compare your risk assets to the benchmark. So on my asset side, if I'm taking this moderate risk, how are my risks performing against the benchmark S&P 500 index or something like that?
That's a lot. That's a lot to do,
well,
Phil.
The easy way to do that would be, we have a team to take care of that for you. So remember, not all financial advisors are the same. I'm local. I'm a fiduciary advisor. I specialize in retirement planning, and in the distribution phase, that's very important. This means that I can truly work for you and not the company. The Revolutionary Wealth Review consists of our team running a tax assessment, risk assessment, and a portfolio assessment. So arrange your assets to eliminate maybe lower taxes on your Social Security, use the rule of 100. That's what we talked about here. Don't put too much at risk, especially in this market.
And you know, it sounds like a lot to sort of unpack, and it can be confusing for folks to really work through all of this. So it's a great time if this sounds like something you're ready to dive into, and make sure you have a great strategy to take advantage of Phil's offer, and go ahead and call the office. Call Rachel. It's completely complimentary, so go ahead and get your Revolutionary Wealth Review. There's no obligation, but you should have at least $500,000 of investable assets saved to be able to take advantage of this. And we want you to take advantage of a great show, because we've got lots of it left.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
We're going to go to break.
Okay,
But
we'll
be
come back.
We'll be right back.